What's up? What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Episode 15, Skol Sessions. We miss you guys. Hey, hey.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's
Obviously, my,
go.
my brother Zach's got that Stephon Diggs jersey on. We've seen the,
Let's
the
go.
cryptic the cryptic tweets that Stephon Diggs has been saying
Let's go. Hey, we're ready for whatever. Let's go.
on
Let's
X
go.
now. Yeah, ready, right, ready for whatever. It's been a while, brother. I miss having you on camera and talking, man. We got a lot to talk about,
Yeah, you
bro.
too, bro.
Hey, the boys are back in town. Love to have it.
All right,
Love
let's
to
cut.
have it.
Let's cut all the friendliness. What you got to say to me?
Oh man, okay. Hey, I'm all smiles. I put the drink down. It's been beautiful. It's been beautiful. So
Sobered
let's
up, huh?
I'm a new man. Thanks to Quasi. So let's get straight into it. So today, guys, we're gonna make this short and sweet, but we got a lot to talk about. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is we're gonna talk about some players. Unfortunately, we had to let go of this free agency. Then we're going to talk about some of the additions, and then we're going to talk about this draft where we have some breaking news today. So it's going to be a hell of an episode, my brother. Obviously, the most divisive conversation in Minnesota sports for the past 6 years has been one player. The saga is finally done. Kirk Cousins has found a new home. He's in my backyard. He's in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the grill, the gold chain. This was all foreshadowing. The Atlanta Falcons have a new quarterback, and Minnesota's looking for a quarterback. So, how do you feel about your boy? Your boy decided to come down south and get in. What we got the strip club, we got the wings, we got the music. He came down south. How you feeling about that, my boy?
Oh, you already know how I feel.
Right.
Right when I saw that breaking news on my phone, I was like, man,
Yeah.
something left me, bro. Like a piece of me, I lost a piece of me, bro.
You
I
lost a
like
piece of
Kirk.
you?
I like Kirk. I like Kirk. I like Kirk. I believed in Kirk. Like that's the thing.
Right.
Like I feel like he never really fully got to show what I thought he could do. And it would always come like, oh, he got hurt, or there's always this, or there's always that.
Right.
I feel like
Right.
Kirk never really was able to, in my opinion, show his full potential.
Hmm.
And so I was hoping he would ever get there, and we obviously didn't get to see him in Minnesota. So
Right.
obviously that sucked. That
Yeah.
sucked
Yeah.
losing Kirk. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about losing Kirk?
Hey, you must. Hey, your body language is saying everything. You was crossing your arms, ready to be
I
defensive. I
was
love it.
I was shook.
I love it. Hey, um, honestly, bro, this whole free agency saga, like building up to it, we obviously know Quasi. He put it on the line. Hey, we're gonna let you play this last year out. We're not gonna re-sign that contract. We had conversation talks before the season started. Hey, you think you're him? Go out there, produce. We can maybe talk a contract after. That may have, like we've spoken before, that may have kind of bit him in the butt now because now Kirk Cousins is maybe thinking, you keep playing with my money. Like either you want me here, you're gonna agree to it on my terms, or if you won't do it, another man will, so to speak. So, I mean, it's finally over, bro. It was, I mean, obviously all Vikings media has been talking about it. Oh, is he going to Atlanta? Is he going to Kyle Shanahan? They still got that bromance. Is there's a lot of there's the Washington. Is he going to reunite with them? It's a brand new organization over there. I'm happy that it's over, and for obvious reasons, I'm happy that for once an organization kind of stood on business. Like this is the price point we're gonna give you. Cousins, we can say what we want. He's a Hall of Famer when it comes to getting that bread. Kirk Cousins to be like, hey, I want to come back. I'm Mr. Minnesota. I took the shirt off, blew the horn. But I'm gonna need my bread. And I know we had this conversation. You were saying he gonna take the pay cut to stay at the crib. He was in them streets, and I told you he was gonna hit them streets. So he wanted a certain price point. Quasi's like, no, this is what it's gonna be. He said, cool. I'm gonna go test the free agent market if you don't give me what I want. Spillman and them boys would have folded right there like a new pair of Levi's. Wait, hold on. Like, let's work something out. Quasi said, no, you know what? Go test the market. If you find something that works for you, we can maybe try to, meet a little bit on it. But if we don't come up with a price point, hey, we loved you here. You did what you did here. Best of wishes. So he got he got paid. I told you he was going to get
He
paid,
did.
and statistically, he deserves to get paid. I'm not going to argue with you with that. He's one of the top 12 to 15 producing quarterbacks in the league. So, hey, it's a quarterback league. If you ain't gonna pay it, somebody will. Congratulations to him for getting that bag. We've heard it millions of times. His wife's from the Alpharetta area, so in a sense,
Yeah.
it's a familiar scenario for him. We had this conversation. It looked eerily like the Vikings back in that 2017 form. A lot of young players in their prime. When we had Case Keenum, and we felt like we was the quarterback short of really making a run. Falcons feel the same way. It's a weak division. Let's
Yeah.
let's get somebody that's going to produce and see what we can do. So I'm happy he's gone, obviously, because 6 years, I feel like we've tried to make it work with his contract and just trying to build pieces around him. And unfortunately, we just couldn't get the job done that we wanted to get done. So believe it or not, I know you think I hate Cousins. It's no hard feelings for me. I hope he does good in Atlanta. Look at that. I hope he does good, but I just think it was time for us to finally rip that Band-Aid off and try to build for something towards the future. Than being half in, half out. We're gonna bring the vets back, but then we're gonna draft. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a
Yeah.
clear path now, and I am happy that we officially have a clear path to the future of the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. Like, obviously, I wanted Cousins back, but at the same time, if the organization didn't want him back,
Right,
really, like maybe some did, some didn't. Like, then it's
right,
like it's gonna be this. Well, you're
right,
year to year. Like, it's
right,
not gonna be good for the team, the longevity.
right.
I understand that part of it for sure.
And it's not good for Cousins. Like let's just say hell
Right.
froze over, and Cousins like, you know what? I'm gonna take that hometown discount. I'm coming back. Y'all want what y'all giving me 2 years? Cool. Then you're gonna go in the draft. And you're gonna draft a quarterback maybe in the top 2 rounds. So I know you're going to replace me eventually. If it's not
Hmm.
this year, it's the next year. Like
Yeah.
this man, it's not with the money. It's not with the money. Not about the money. It's not what the money represents. 4 years, a
Yeah.
hundred million guaranteed. He wants to feel safe in his job, and he wants to really be the leader of the team. Don't have some quarterback behind me looking over my shoulder. You know what I mean? So it works out for everybody, bro. It works out for
Yeah.
everybody. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. I'm gonna give you the floor. I'm gonna give you the floor about Cousins. I'm gonna say what I need to say, and then I'm done with this. I've been done with this. I've been done with this 2 years ago. I was done with this when the playoff drive where he just threw the ball short. When you have an all pro receiver. What last takes on Cousins?
Last takes on Cousins. All right. Well, it's more of a like I know because me and you talked about it offline. We've been going
Right,
back and forth about it.
right,
Heavy, heavy. But
right.
like I feel like for me, it's like I know that he was a proven quarterback.
Okay,
So I'm comfortable. Like I got comfortable. Like
right,
I already know we can go down the field, we can drive, we can score, boom.
right,
After what we saw last year, I'm ready for Kirk to come back.
right,
And
right.
so obviously the not having a proven quarterback right now, obviously it's starting to set up that way. We're gonna get into that, but
Yeah,
um, it's a wait and see for me. It's still a wait and see. Like I got to see some because I just got a bad taste in my mouth from what we've had last year, bad
right,
record.
right.
We had some momentum, and then Kirk went down. So
That's true.
that's kind of what it was for me, man. I feel like there was like we were kind of hitting on these cylinders, and then it just everything collapsed.
Right.
So it's gonna take me a little time to get over, but obviously I'm gonna miss Kirk.
Yeah,
He's I mean he's one of my favorite quarterbacks all the time. To be real with
yeah,
you,
yeah,
in Minnesota, because I mean I grew up on Culpepper and I loved Culpepper, but bro, I was what 8, 9. Of
yeah,
course, Culpepper's the
yeah.
man, but
Right,
I think the past 6 years, I'm older, I understand the game more. Kirk's my guy, but I think that's really all I can say. He's gone. I'm gonna have to,
right.
hopefully I eat my words, and it's better than what I can even imagine. I want to win a Super Bowl. I'm a Vikings fan,
Yeah,
baby. I'm a
yeah,
Vikings fan. Let's go.
yeah,
Like I love Kirk, but I'm a
yeah.
Vikings fan.
I
Okay,
got you. All right.
so let's move on from Kirk.
I
I'm
got
still
you.
gonna bring Kirk up along the way. I'm sure I'm gonna sprinkle it in there, but hey,
Yeah, yeah.
what we got? What's next?
All right, so this is I'm gonna just leave it here. I know a lot of kind of our Viking friends and people that watch us kind of know where we stand on this situation. I'm just gonna leave it with the stats with Minnesota. 50, 37, and 1, 2 playoff appearance, 1 playoff win, the wild card game. He beat the Saints. Um, Kurt is extremely talented. He is a quarterback that beat all the odds, being drafted in the same, class as RG3 and winning that team over. And they were playing with him, back then. That's where the whole "you like that" came in because they were half in, half out. So he finally came to a team that fully believed in him, put all the pieces into him. And the Vikings aren't perfect. Obviously, there's shortcomings on maybe the interior offensive line, the defense. I mean, there was times where the running game wasn't good, but at the same time, I think the Vikings somewhat, well, for the most part, did the best they could in a situation where you have a top 15 quarterback, but you're paying him a pretty good chunk of change, and you still have to build a roster out. Um, he's going to go down statistically as one of the best quarterbacks Minnesota has ever had. It just not just him, but we just couldn't get the job done with him. It's just what it comes down to. And it's going to be one of those situations where it's like you said, it's one of the biggest mysteries in Vikings history.
Yeah.
Because if this one thing goes right, or if we really hone in on the interior offensive line, or hell, if your defense can't fold to Daniel Jones that just got the bag because of your defense, what would have been?
Yeah.
But
That's the hardest thing for me right
just
there. That you said
it's
it's
just
it's a
what would
mystery.
have been. You finally got Zimmer didn't want you. I mean, there's been reports Zimmer wanted to build with a young quarterback, build that defense up, and compete that way. Zimmer didn't want you. You finally had Zimmer playing nice towards the end because he knew they was gonna get rid
Mm-hmm.
of him if he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So you finally get Kevin O'Connell in there. You have one of the best winning seasons, not statistically, but winning seasons where you really believed in yourself and really thought you had a chance and people supported you. And then obviously the following season, you're clicking on all cylinders statistically wise,
Yeah.
but you get hurt. And then the wins start leveling out a little bit more. Now your team's not winning those one possession games like you used to.
Right.
Um, it is what it is, man. I wish them the best until Minnesota plays them. It's a new era in Vikings football. And I've talked to some Falcon fans around here, and perspective is key. They haven't had a quarterback in so long. They're just happy to have a
Yep.
good quarterback. Like they feel
Yeah.
like they have the pieces, but the quarterback play's been iffy. So hey, if we couldn't get it done and they're happy to have them, do your thing, Kirk, until we play you, and then we on your ass. So that's how I feel about it, and
Yep.
I'll leave it there. So
I
no
like it. I
hard.
like it.
For me, he's an above good quarterback, but the way our team was built and the way we had money kind of positioning, he couldn't be that difference maker to really beat those shortcomings on our team. He needed a little bit more from us, and we couldn't give it to him, and it is what it is. So
Yeah.
that's it, bro. I'm gonna be as sweet. I'm gonna be as sweet and
Man, that
not as
hey, I mean, just for everybody to hear. I mean, I've had probably a hundred phone calls about Kirk Cousins. This was the most calm, cool, collected,
I'm gonna keep it.
appreciative I've seen Dre
I'm
of
gonna, I'm
Kirk
gonna,
Cousins.
I'm
This
gonna
is
keep it.
man,
I'm gonna keep
this is
it cute.
wild.
I'm gonna keep it cute. I thought it was time years ago. I think Kirk he has this thing where he can he's a student of the game. He's talented. He's a student of the game. But when it comes down to putting your nuts on the table, sometimes we hands up. So we're gonna leave it there.
Skol, baby.
Um,
Big Kirko change, RIP.
obviously, and we're not gonna not skip the elephant in the room. Your best pass rusher and probably the best player on your
Oof.
defense is gone too. Houston Texans gave him that bag. You wanted to kind of play with him. Same kind of situation. Let's give you a year contract.
Yeah.
Um, you produced before, but we're gonna give you a year contract, and then you produce again. You lost a big player on that defense. Danielle Hunter is not a Houston Texan.
I mean,
Talk to me.
yeah, I mean, all right. So, all right, you get rid of Kirk Cousins.
Right,
But man, there's a lot of things we've been doing. It seems like we're still trying to win.
right.
So my thing, you signed obviously Aaron Jones to the 1 year deal.
Obviously, your Minnesota Vikings lost a few players. We've had this thought process that we're in a competitive rebuild. It looked crazy as hell last this upcoming season because you have a 36-year-old quarterback. And you have a Danielle Hunter that's approaching 30, but you're talking about rebuild. You have these players in their prime, but you're talking about rebuild. You let those players go. In return, you got Aaron Jones, where we can say what we want. being Minnesota Vikings fans, we know when Aaron Jones is on that field, he's gonna make you pay every single time. It's annoying because he's getting up and he's popping. He gonna pop his stuff when he gives you that 10-yard drive. Aaron Jones, 1 year contract. Um, bravo. It was a petty move. Oh, you gonna get rid of me? I'm gonna go right across the border and I'm gonna make you pay for it. I love it. Me and you both, we love Brandon Powell, the punt returner, receiver. I
Yep.
think we both preferred him over KJ Osborne. It was starting to get a little bit
Yeah.
stale with his performance. Um, Jonathan Bullard, he's been kind of a death piece on our defensive line. We brought him back. Our one of our big free agent signings is Jonathan Grenard from the Houston Texans. It came out relatively early in free agency, which we all knew what that meant. That meant Danielle Hunter is more than likely gone. Um, Andrew Van Ginkel,
Yep.
Miami Dolphins, I believe. I think he was from Minnesota. I was watching the press conference. He said
He,
he was coming home too.
I think he's.
So
I know definitely the other dude, Blake.
Blake Cashman from Houston is coming over. Your boy Sam Darnold's coming over. Jerry Tillery, top draft pick that just didn't work out with the Chargers, I
He,
believe.
yeah.
Went
He, I
to the
mean, he's
Raiders.
six
He's
six.
here.
That dude is 6'6". He's big.
Speedy receiver Trent Sherfield. You go to spring training, beat out one of them young rookies, one of them boys, see if you can get on the field. We got a kicker from the XFL, Theo Jackson, your boy Nick Muse, Johnny Mutt, David Quessenberry, and Blake Brandel got extended as well. And I have a theory. I want you to hear me out.
All right.
Because they gave Quessenberry, I believe they gave him that bag, a little bit more of that bag than any of the other players. Your right tackle, Brian O'Neill, is injury prone. He's one of the best right tackles in the league. This signing to me, and I hope I'm wrong, sounds like, hey, we believe you can hold it down. If we need to trade Brian O'Neill in a draft package to move up, we're gonna need you to hold down the fort. So
KOC does like Quiz. He does like him.
I'm just saying, it's
He,
just they gave him a little bit of bread. So I
yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if they put Brian O'Neill in a draft package to move up. I wouldn't agree with it, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I mean, going back to the Aaron Jones thing, like the 1 year deal, obviously was what we're doing today, right?
Right, right,
I mean, this almost I think it sures up that we're trying to get that quarterback because you got Aaron Jones in there just in case. You got to be able to run the ball. You got
right.
a young quarterback, you got to run the ball.
Yep,
And so having Aaron Jones in there is going to take a lot of pressure and put a lot of like emphasis on you got to stop Aaron Jones
yep,
if you're playing the
yep,
Vikings. So
yep.
but I obviously I like the Aaron Jones signing. I like the Aaron Jones signing, but at the same time, if you are trying to compete, and I mean, what was 2 years, 49, I think, for Daniil. I feel like we could have kind of freed up some and figured out a way to sign him. I
Yeah,
would have liked him there too, along with those other pieces, if
I
possible,
agree. I
because
agree.
he's just a bad man. And I mean, the more pieces you have on defense, the better we're going to be. So
Yeah,
I didn't like it. I didn't like him with Daniil. I think he still had what 3 or 4 solid years left at least.
I
I
agree.
mean,
I agree.
I didn't. That's one move I didn't like, but I mean, we'll see how the. Now I did see this. You might saw it too. The
Mm.
Jonathan. What's his name? What's his last name?
Grenard,
Yeah,
Grenard.
Grenard from the Texans. His pressure rate and different things were better than Daniil's, man. Like they were
Mm.
ranked higher. So we and which we've talked about all the time as Vikings fans, bro. The pressure rate. Like,
Right,
yeah, our corners aren't the best, but man, we're not getting
right,
to the quarterback. We're
right,
ranked towards the bottom, even with
right,
Daniil. So
right,
I mean, maybe that's what we needed. Maybe we need a little a change up of energy,
right,
a younger player,
right.
to kind of put pressure on the quarterback because that's what we need, man.
So, so what it comes down to is this: you essentially kind of traded Danielle Hunter for Grenard and Blake Cashman. Both of those players are younger. Blake Cashman is a Minnesota guy. You got younger players to build into the future with. On top of you have players that were starters on their former teams. I told you over the phone, let him cook because he's cooking now. Like we're finally letting him do his job. The Aaron Jones thing to me, it feels like one of those things. I get what you're saying. It feels like one of those things where we didn't expect him to just hit the market. And once we seen the Packers sign the Raiders running back, it was like, oh, Okay, well, he's gonna have even more emphasis to come to us. But I
Hmm.
love these signings. I love these contracts. These contracts aren't break the market contracts, and it's very similar to Brian Murphy, a younger corner. We're gonna pay you a you got to go get it contract, and if you produce, then maybe we can talk again. I love this is one of my favorite free agencies. I love how all this is shaping up because this is shaping up for us to win now, on top of leading us in the future. Like you said, you're gonna have a young buck quarterback. You have to do two things with a rookie quarterback. You're gonna have to run that ball, and you're gonna have to go play some defense. And the
Yep.
Vikings are starting to set that team up to do such. So I like it.
Yeah, no, I do too. And so let's get into the big day today. I mean
Yes,
I mean, not
sir.
gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie. Like, 'cause obviously I was hating a little bit because Kirk Cousins, right? I was hating on Quasey, but I'm not gonna
Right.
lie. When he came out with when he took those shots today, I
Yeah.
mean, sometimes you just got to
Yeah.
eat it. Sometimes you just got to
Yeah.
eat it. And like, yeah, Quasey's kind of doing his thing, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
compared to any other GM right now, he's probably leading it.
He's
He's probably top.
so
Yeah.
breaking news. What we're talking about, your Minnesota Vikings traded for the Houston Texans 23rd overall first round draft pick. Um, they traded for that, and I believe what they gave up was a second round pick this year, a second round pick next year, and the number and they swap picks in between
It was
that. I
like
mean, what it comes down
230 or
to,
something.
yeah, what it comes
Yeah.
down to is the Minnesota Vikings traded two second round picks for a first
Now we
round
got,
pick.
yeah, two
So
first
now
rounders, baby.
now you have a 23rd overall pick and you have the 11th overall pick. I'll go first. This
Yep.
the ball's in your corner. You need another pass rusher. You can
Yep.
get one of the top pass rushers, and then you can still Teddy Bridgewater and that last kind of the end of the first round get your quarterback if it's Penix, if it's Bo Nix. We all have opinions on these quarterbacks. None of our opinions mean shit. The people who make the decisions, if they feel like Penix is one of the most talented throwers in the draft, if they feel like that's their guy to lead their offense, or if they feel like it's Spentler Rattler to lead their offense, I don't agree with it, but they put themselves in a position where they have options and ways to maneuver. Or obviously, what we all want, you better trade them two first round picks on top of trade that first round pick next year. You better go get one of the top three, if not four, quarterbacks in the draft. I better see Drake May, Caleb Williams. I'm a Jaden Daniels guy. And we can say what we want about JJ. He's moving up them draft boards. It better be one of them four from Vikings fans. But it's shaping up, bro. It's shaping
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
shaping up.
I think it's writing on. I think it's writing on the wall. We're trading up, and I saw it
Yeah.
today. Somebody said that they believe for him to do that today, there was like a handshake. Like
Right.
he's like he had a solid handshake. Hey, we're doing this. This is happening.
Like in
So
a under agreement, right? Like a
yeah. So
yeah,
I mean, writing's on the wall. I know we're trying to project it. Oh, we're gonna trade. No,
you're
we're
right.
gonna trade up. Somebody put it out. It was a good tweet that we've never drafted in top 10
Mm,
quarterback, never in
yeah, yeah,
Vikings history. That's kind of
yeah,
cool. I mean, so
yeah.
I believe we're going. I believe we're moving up, and we should. Like
Right, right.
we should. We should. I mean, bro,
So
we can. I'd rather go. We already got the first. You got the other first round pick. Go get
it's
the
gonna cost you.
quarterback
It's gonna
instead.
cost you the first next
It
year too. It's gonna cost you
potentially,
the first next year. And I'm gonna need Brian
potentially, yeah.
O'Neill. And I'm gonna need Brian O'Neill. I need somebody to protect a quarterback for us. I'm gonna need the two first, the first next year, and give me Brian O'Neill. You can get
But
this
see,
number three
my
overall pick.
the way I look at it is different though, because obviously you like Jaden Daniels, and that's fine. But I want them to go get Drake May, and if they don't get Drake May, then I would be more inclined for you to trade back, go get
Mm,
Penix or go get McCarthy.
mm,
I want them to go right to Drake May. If Drake May is not the for me,
yeah.
if they see something, we'll ride out and see what happens. But I think Drake May is the man. He could be the future we can have for 15 years. Like
Right.
Drake
So
May is the guy. I
let's do
think.
this. Let's do this. Not who we want, but gun to your head. Your
Yeah.
Minnesota. What do you think your Minnesota Vikings are doing with that pick, and who are they selecting? Let's get straight to it.
Since they wanted to get like Anthony Richardson a year ago, I think they're going Drake May. He's a
Hmm.
bigger quarterback. Anthony Richardson's a bigger quarterback.
Okay.
I
Arm
think
talent.
Jaden Daniels is good. He's got obviously got arm talent, but he's really small.
Yeah.
I think there's a there's so much more potential. I feel like with Drake May. Obviously Caleb, but Caleb, I think is gonna be gone. I think Caleb's gonna be gone. Me
Yeah.
personally.
So, gun to my head, I think Jaden
Yeah.
Daniels is the Minnesota Vikings
You saying
quarterback. I
Jaden?
think they trade up. I think it's Caleb Williams. I think it's Drake May. It's funny, every year we find
Yeah.
prospects and we nitpick the shit out of them. But Drake May could have been a number one overall pick last year, and he could have been a number one overall pick this year if one of
Mm-hmm.
the top prospects in almost NFL history wasn't in this draft. He would have been the number one pick. So we're
Yeah.
starting to just nitpick Drake May's game like he ain't who
Mm-hmm.
he is. So I think that's all chit chat. I think he's going to be the number two overall pick. But
Yeah, Drake.
my
Yeah.
goodness, bro, let's go ahead and talk
I
about
mean,
the news. Go ahead. I'm
now
sorry. Go
you
ahead.
know the Commanders are second pick, right?
Right.
And they got rid of Sam Howell,
Right.
so
Oh, they got
they're
rid of
getting
him.
a quarterback.
They got rid of
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
Where'd he
yeah.
go?
Seahawks. Sam Howell just went. He went to Seahawks. So
Woo. So they're getting a
you
quarterback.
already they're getting a quarterback. So are they getting Drake? Are they getting are they getting Drake? Or are they getting you?
I didn't know that. I didn't know
I
that.
know that changes the
I'm gonna
game
have
a
to
little bit,
I'm gonna
right?
have to reach out to my brother about that.
So all right. Let's just say Caleb's going first. Let's just say the Bears do lock in and get Caleb. I think that's the most reasonable. We could kind of, I think reasonable, because Caleb's going first, bro.
there's a lot of this going on, Zach.
There is,
There's a lot of
there
this
is,
going
and
on.
there
Keenan Allen
is.
is the newest member of the Chicago Bears. There's been rumblings that they had trade offers for Justin Fields. Maybe the number wasn't right. Something didn't connect. Philadelphia Eagles. End of the day, Justin Fields is still on the roster. If you have two franchise quarterbacks on a
Oof,
roster, you have none.
bro.
This man is still lingering around that roster. And please, 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 because I know they say the NFL is scripted.
Mm.
Please, NFL, let Caleb Williams slip to that. Let him slip to that number three pick.
Yeah, we
Let him
trying to be
slip
part of
to
that
that
script.
number
We're
three
trying to be a
pick.
part of that script.
Let him slip, please, script. Let it be Justin Fields stays the quarterback. Say they trade that pick. Say they trade that pick. And say Drake May's polished and clean and he's the guy, and Caleb Williams said he's not going to interview with certain teams and he likes certain players, and Jaden Daniels
Mm.
is the most recent hot quarterback after winning that Heisman. And we love Lamar Jackson, and people they're loving Jaden Daniels. I'm just speaking this to existence. Let Caleb Williams slip to that number two or that number three pick. Please. It's
I,
not going to
I'm pre-
happen, but
I'm telling you what's gonna happen, bro.
yeah,
You actually got it right. I think you got it right. Caleb's going first. Drake May is going second to Washington.
yeah,
He's going second,
yeah,
and then we're gonna try to trade him and get Jaden
yeah.
third.
I love it.
That's what's
LSU,
happening. That's
LSU,
what's happening.
LSU, 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 LSU. And you said, and and
That's
we
what's
got
happening. I wanted Drake though.
and we got 10 minutes left, and we obviously got another elephant in the room. We offered you 30 mil, big boy contract, and you said I'm gonna hold off a little bit, Justin Jefferson, and let me see if he's
Oh
gonna have that
man.
quarterback, and I may need a little bit
Ooh.
more than that. You get an LSU alum in there. They've already had pictures. I think Super Bowl they had a couple pictures with each other, and they both just bleed LSU. You get Jaden Daniels. I have a feeling Adam Schefter is going to be breaking some news relatively a little bit after that says Justin Jefferson is one of the highest paid non quarterbacks in the league. If you get Jaden Daniels, that is
I
cinema
know
to you.
you feel that way. I know you feel that way, but
You think he's
I still think he's still for his home team. You know, his home guy, and that's Joe Burrow. So I I I I think we do end up with Jane Daniels. I do, which it hurts me to say that, but I think we do end up with Jane Daniels. But I
yeah,
don't think JJ's going to sign right away. I don't think he's going to do that.
that's his
You
brother.
got leverage. He's got leverage.
That's your
You
brother.
don't got
You
to sign.
you better put your damn name on that pen and paper. That's your brother from LSU coming over. You
So let
got
me
you
ask
got
you this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you
go
this.
ahead.
All right. Who do you think had with the Minnesota Vikings team? Do you think be the would be the more successful? Would it be Drake or Jaden or the Vikings?
Drake May, man. Justin Herbert is what I see with
Yeah,
Drake May.
I
I
really
see
think so
somebody
too. And I'm
that has the NFL
hell.
body, has the
I hope
arm
we can.
talent. He has the mental makeup. I don't know, something about him I just
And yeah, I
like.
tell you what. You know
Yeah.
why we're not going to be able to get Drake even if we try to reach out to the Commanders because they got a whole new organization. They know
Oh yeah.
exactly what they want. There's no way
Right.
they're not letting it. They're not letting it
Hey,
slip.
but NFL teams make stupid decisions. That's why the draft is a crapshoot.
Yeah.
They could see Caleb Williams, a playmaker, Patrick Mahomes type. Like it's a new NFL. They could see that go first and go, we want a playmaker. We want somebody that can make plays with his legs and his arm. And it's funny because there's this thing that Drake May's not a playmaker, but he has rushing
Mm.
yards too.
Yeah, he can
But
run the
it's
ball.
I wouldn't be surprised if they said we want RG3 part two and they go with Jaden Daniels. I'm happy with any quarterback. I know you have your feelings about Jaden Daniels. I think he's a playmaker. I think he maybe isn't as fast or electric as Kyler Murray or Lamar Jackson, but he's damn sure not that far off. And I'll be happy with any of those guys. And you know how I feel
At
about
the
JJ. So
at the end of the day, whoever we bring in, as long as they don't throw 4 interceptions in the game, back to back, 3 years, we'll be all right. We'll probably be all right.
so to say all that, to say this, we're gonna be okay. We were okay before Cousins. We had Christian Ponder. We've had quarterbacks where they didn't produce like Cousins. I mean, we're gonna keep it a stack, but we were
Yeah,
still able to make a playoff game. We were still able to be a winning football team organization. We never been 2-14 or just dumpster fire
right. That's
organization.
true.
If we miss the mark one year, we hit the mark the next year 9 times out of 10. Minnesota Vikings, it's okay. The the world's still spinning. Give our team a chance. Let them boys lace up them cleats and let's see what they do next year. Whoever the quarterback is.
Yeah. No, I mean, we talked about it in a older podcast, but this is
Yeah,
definitely the most exciting off season, and obviously, look what's happening. It really
yeah,
is. I mean,
yeah,
it's so fresh. It's so like reviving, really.
yeah,
As far as like draft picks, and we're
yeah,
actually gonna be. Well, we got to be watching the TV because we're gonna be picking quick. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
We gotta
yeah.
get the TV on.
Right,
We're
right. We
picking
we won't
fast.
have to watch for a damn hour and a
Trading
half.
back,
I got work in the morning. I can't do all that
right?
no
Filming,
more.
trading back 3 rounds.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, no, I mean overall I'm excited. It's like it's bittersweet, obviously with Kirk leaving, but
yeah.
I'm excited as far as the let's see what happens.
Hey man,
We're
this is
Viking fans, baby.
and also obviously with us, we'll be doing a lot more content. We've been kind of getting scheduled together. We both been busy guys, but this is what we still love to do. So you guys will be hearing a lot more from us. It's been a hell of an off season so far, and I have a feeling that it's not going to stop anytime soon. We got a
Mm-mm.
lot more things going on. We got a lot more surprising players that are going to be on our team that we're going to be excited about. So we're back. We're back. We're
We're back,
back.
baby.
Moment of silence for Cousins. Thank you for 500 football. We love you. Skol sessions out.